identify what's the story you're running, because that's what's causing you the anger or the pain. What are you feeling? Oh, you're feeling angry. What do you need? Then you might be feeling other things. Often we're angry and we're disappointed and we're frustrated, like the guy who was sitting chat. You know, he had a lot of things going on while he was angry. What are you feeling? What are you needing? And then, really give yourself that, really drop into the feeling of disappointment. But more importantly, tune in as quickly as possible. What's my unmet need? My need for respect, my need to be connection, my need for intimacy. Same thing with you, Greg. The moment the anger starts, get out the list. Look at the list of universal human needs. Which of my needs haven't been met? I taught this in the prison system, and I always use this example, I'll never forget. I was teaching this to 15 convicted felons, and this one dude looks at it and goes, whoa! I get angry because my need for respect wasn't met. And then he talks to his roommate, his bunkie, who was in the room. He goes, man, I'm so sorry I got pissed off at you. I wasn't angry at you. I was angry because my need for respect wasn't met by the way the guard talked to me this morning. And I took it out on you. I'm so sorry. And that was my epiphany. Because when I saw him get it, I thought, wow, these tools work for everybody. You know, and because I worked with him after that, I saw how his whole reality changed. And a lot of those guys, they're all angry all the time because their need for respect isn't being met. After he did that, they all went, yeah, I get pissed too, and my need for respect isn't met. And went to a whole thing about how most of the time when they get angry, before throwing a punch, get in touch with the fact that it's your need for respect that's driving you right now. And I'll never forget, after I was making a video with not one of those guys, but another guy who was an ex-con, who said, man, what I got out of these tools is before somebody would say something, my need for respect wouldn't get met. Next thing I know, my fist is in their face, and I'm in a fight, or I'm off to the camp, off to prison. Now, there's all this space between the time I hear what they say, it still pisses me off, but my fist isn't going to the face anymore, because I have these tools to work with it. And I get in touch with what my need for respect is. And I give myself the need for respect. And I say to myself what I wish the dude would say. And I know how to communicate it or to walk away. So, is this helpful?
Yeah.
I had one more question. So, how Betty, you were saying to Betty to then educate your partner, right? On what I can't remember the example, on what your needs were. So say if tone of voice is your trigger, you educate your partner on it.
Right.
But what if the response from the partner is always apathy or make fun of or I don't care, you know what I mean? Because when you get to that point, I feel like, what's there to work with, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well,
I'm not sure
there does need to be
what
enough
there's
care.
to work with.
There does need to be enough care.
Right.
So you need to find out, here's the magic words, ask the partner, what would you need in order to really be interested in this conversation? What would you need in order to really care about this? And it might be he needs to not feel judged. He needs to do it at a time that he can put his head in the game. Maybe right now he's really involved in his work or the football game or something else. So create the time to have a quality conversation where he's not feeling judged. Now, if, God forbid, the partner just really doesn't care, then we need to look at what's it going to take to reestablish care. And if we can't reestablish care, then ultimately the relationship's going to have to change form. And I'm not necessarily talking about this really, but I'm not indicating that. Maybe not talking about like, there's several steps before that. But we always want to ask, when we want something from someone, what would you need in order to want to do this? We only want people to do things that they're willing to do. We don't want to talk anybody into anything. We only want them to do things that they're willing to do. So what would you need? I asked Michael that, when I came up with the idea, I was going to LA and San Diego, had a couple days extra, and I thought, well, we kind of go to Vegas. I haven't been there for a while. So I had to ask Michael, what would you need in order to be willing for me to come out here and for us to put something together? So that's what we always want to ask, what do you need in order to do what it is that I would like? And be open to hear. And it's all about safety. It's all about using these tools as we ask, so the person's not feeling judged or defended. And then what happens, the couples that work with this start learning how to notice when they're in attack and defend mode, and they call time out, and they shift. into heartful connection mode. That's what this is all about. How to go from the judgmental brain, where we're attacking and defending ourselves and others, into heartful connection, where it's safe to be in my heart and to show care and to receive care.